type shit.
Stop playing with me, Drake.
DJ K.
Come on, I'm doing shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with shit. Type shit. Activities. I'm doing shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with shit. Type shit. Activities. Posted up on the island with a bitch. They call me cause I ain't on that dumb shit. Yeah, I'm rich, but act broke with a bitch. Duval day, I really do it for the kids. Getting checks, never gotta work a job. No Viagra, dick still get hard. I can make your auntie swipe a credit card. OG in the game, realest that you ever. Aunties get down on the floor. Show these poor ass hoes how it go. Back it up like Freak Week 94. Is she under 24? It's a no. Come on, I'm doing shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with shit. Type shit. Activities. I'm doing shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with shit. Type shit.
What's good, nieces and nephews? Welcome back to Unk B Streaming, your favorite Unk that ain't no punk. Detective Unk is in the house today. We are going to be getting our mystery bag on. We're going to get into that mystery bag, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always a good time. Today, we're going to be looking at some weird, strange, unsolved mysteries, shit that I never heard of. It's a wild world we live in. You know, I like to tell people all the time, when you live in a metropolitan area like Dallas, Atlanta, and other big cities, I like to tell people, like, I'm 100% positive at some point in my travels in Dallas, I've walked past, sat in a theater with, been in a grocery store with, a serial killer. I think this city's too big, too many people coming and going, too many people here for me to not have a shared space with a fucking serial killer. I find their motivations interesting. I find their mental states interesting. Some of them weird as fuck. And don't get me wrong, they're all sick individuals. And I'm not here to glamorize them. I hate when those shows do that and the women start talking about they was all sexy. It's like, it's some people that get off, turned on, and enamored with serial killers. You know, a lot of that times these people was in jail, women were writing them letters and sending them nasty pictures and all kinds of shit the whole time they was locked up. And these motherfuckers had done heinous crimes. But we got a couple videos to review about particular cases that I found interesting. We also gonna solve some mysteries ourselves with our favorite detective with the orange trench coat. You'll know him when you fucking see him. But before we do that, though, let's do some admin stuff and go ahead and get that out the way.
What's up, nieces and nephews? Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and please share.
Shout out to all my people checking me out on Rumble. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Show some love, y'all.
Please hit my Cash App at UncB Streaming or the Ko-fi link pinned to the top of the chat.
Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break.
Give a nigga a break. But yeah, so let's get to it, man. I remember last time I did one of these, I'm not gonna lie, the police did shitty work. We have cracked cases, but came up with better theories on the case than the police did. Sometimes it almost seemed like these motherfuckers wasn't even trying, which is weird in its goddamn self. I was like, yo, is y'all niggas even like it's obvious, or at least, and not saying we was 100% right, but they never even went in a direction in the case that seemed fucking obvious as far as like, yeah, this motherfucker did it. So first one we're gonna look at, never heard of this one. It's an unsolved true crime. It's the, you know what? I might not play this one yet. We're gonna start off with this one. Canada's most haunting unsolved mystery. We going up there. We going up north with the Canucks in Canada and see how they do it up there. They say it's the most haunting. You know, with these YouTube titles, you kind of gotta exaggerate, but maybe it is. We're gonna find out real quick. Check it out. They say it's unsolved. Let's see if we can find some connections that they didn't find. And let's see what's going on out here in these murderous streets, per se. And let's get to it, y'all. Oh man, listen. You know what fascinates me about serial killers? It's the part of it that they don't have no personal connection to the motherfuckers. They don't have to know you. These people will what's up, Agent Nicole? Thanks, appreciate it. These people will delete you, will murder you. I'm not using that word because we grown over here. These people will murder you just because you got blonde hair. Just because you got the same name as they ex from high school. Just because you slightly resemble their mother. You just an innocent person walking around, never done nothing to this person. And they got some creepy, sick shit going on in their head. And you just a target and don't even know it. You sitting there like, I pay my taxes. I take care of animals. I donate to charity. I go to church every Sunday. I ain't got no enemies. I don't beef. I don't fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't nuck if you buck. You out here just living a righteous life as possible. But because your name's Sarah Johnson, and this nigga got his heart broke by a Sarah in college, he following you around the city looking for the opportunity to slice and dice your ass.
Oh my God.
That's the crazy shit about it. It's like the DC sniper guy. Remember him? He's sniping people, shooting people out the trunk of his car. People pumping gas. He just popping caps in them. Them people did nothing to him, didn't know him. But that's the insanity of the psychosis of a fucking serial killer. Let's get into this one. Like I said, Canada's most haunting unsolved mystery. Let's see what this person did. Let's see what their motivation was. Let's go.
Every town has a dark side. Every once in a while, you come across one of those cases that just stands out among the rest. It's hard to put your finger on why that is exactly, but it's a definite feeling. Something in your gut telling you the case just doesn't add up. But despite there being all sorts of information and a thorough investigation having been done, you still don't feel like you have all the facts, and that somebody, or maybe many people, are hiding the truth. And that feeling is exactly what you're going to find in the case of Lindsay Buziak, a young real estate agent who had everything going for her, and then was murdered in broad daylight in a way that is unlike most crimes you'll ever come across. Hey guys, it's Andrew. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Everytown, where today we're headed up north to Canada to dig into all the details of a case that has a whole lot of theories as to what really went down, but no definitive answers. And after you learn...
So far we know this shit was unsolved. Based off the title. So far we know this shit happened in broad daylight. It happened in broad daylight, yet it's unsolved. I'm curious to see how the fuck that even makes sense.
What the hell?
There's only one way to find out, people.
all the facts. You wonder how that can possibly be. So let's head on over to Victoria and check out Canada's most haunting unsolved murder. After graduating high school, Lindsay Buziak had set her sights on a career in real estate. And she had clarity and knew exactly what she wanted to do with her life, which is rare for many people that age. She enrolled at the University of British Columbia Sauder School of Business, where she got into their real estate trading services program. And during her studies, she received mentorship from a real estate tutor named Helen Jones, who ran workshops for aspiring agents, a place to do some meeting and greeting with other young people in the field as a way to get your foot in the door and make connections. And it was at one of these in 2005 that Lindsay made a great one. It was with Jason Zylo, a young man from a family that was already deeply involved in the real estate business. The two hit it off right away, forming a connection that would later evolve into a relationship.
She was with Jason at the time, and I knew that she was extremely happy. I absolutely adored him.
Lindsay and Jason had probably been dating for a little less than a year, or around a year, somewhat in that period.
In June of 2006, Lindsay achieved a major milestone, passing her real estate exam and becoming one of just 20 agents under the age.
What I've noticed that she's always smiling. She looks like a very happy and pleasant person. Not saying that she couldn't be a bitch or wasn't a bitch sometimes or whatever. Man, we all be on some fuck shit sometimes. But I like people who smile. She seemed to be smiling like a big smile in the vast majority of her photos. And which makes me think that she might, be a good-spirited person. Who knows? But for some of y'all out there that walk around frown all day, try to smile a little more. You'll be surprised what a smile will do for you and what doors a smile will open for you. Or just exudes positive energy, and it can make the difference in the kind of day you have and how people deal and interact with you. I was in Houston the other weekend, and I was talking to a lady, and we was talking, and somebody said something funny, and I smiled. This lady's like, yes, she started blushing, older lady. She's like, your smile just made me smile. And I was like, I don't remember what I said, but the point is that my smile made her smile, and I felt good about it because I put a smile on somebody's face, and that usually makes them feel better. And if you can bring just the smallest amount of joy to somebody's life by just your smile, you did a wonderful thing for that day. Straight up. But let's get back to it.
Of 25 in the greater Victoria area. It was around this time that she and Jason actually officially began dating. And shortly after that, Lindsay secured a position at Maverick, a notable real estate agency where she worked for about a year and a half. And by late 2007, she then made a significant career move by joining Remax Cossum, a firm managed by Jason's mother, Shirley. This transition had a personal touch, since Jason and his brother Ryan were also part of the Remax Cossum team. And once Lindsay started, she quickly proved herself, successfully handling 8 property transactions that generated an impressive $3.2 million in gross revenue. As her career flourished, so did her relationship with Jason.
Did they live together?
They did move in together, and Jason's mom, Shirley, bought a expensive waterfront property, and so they moved into there.
At this stage in their lives, Lindsay was 24, Jason 27, and everything seemed to be falling into place. In late January of 2008, Lindsay then received a call from a woman urgently looking for a home with her husband. The caller spoke with a quote-unquote weird-sounding accent, which wouldn't have meant anything except for the fact that the name she provided would later on turn out to be fake. And, of course, what happened to Lindsay when she went to show this person the house.
Case is kind of old, but I think something like this happened recently, where a person, where a lady was showing someone a house and ended up getting murdered. So it's like, I know they're just out there doing their job. They meet somebody about a house. It usually be doing business hours, so they feel safe. I don't know what to say or do about that, because it's real estate agent. You got to do your job. It's doing business hour. It might not be enough personnel or staff to bring a man with you every time you fucking show a house. Like, that's not even utilizing the staff properly. He with you every time you show a house, unless you're willing to share your cell. So that's the thing. You got to share your cell just for security, because why would he be with you to sell your house when he could be somewhere working himself and not getting, if you're not getting a cut of what you're doing? So it's a weird situation. But yeah, I mean, this happened recently, maybe this year or last year, and it has happened a lot of times, in the last 15, 20 years, where a young woman decided, real estate agent type, doing a house showing, and it's all a fucking setup. And I think this might be what is about to go down in this unfortunate incident. By the way, I'm doing an interrupting and gap for the non-content creators out there, for transformative reasons and not getting the video snatched down. I got to add to the video. I got to do commentary and things of that nature. It is what it is. I'll try to minimize it as much as possible, but I cannot just let the video play. But when I do say something, I'll at least try to make it connected to the video or interesting in some kind of way. And that's my promise to you all.
But the caller had a budget of $1 million, and any good agent knows every lead has to be taken seriously. Lindsay thought it was a bit strange that the caller reached out to her on her cell phone. This was 2008, so people didn't give out their numbers to just anybody. On top of that, she was just a junior agent, so why call her? Well, the woman claimed that a former client had referred her, but still something didn't sit right, so she asked Jason and his father what they thought about the whole thing.
She said, "Daddy, there's something weird I'm sensing about this." And I said, "Well, what's going on, Eddie?" And she said, "Well, the women sounded weird."
Her business-minded boyfriend encouraged her to proceed with the showing, since the commission she would earn was pretty high. And $1 million property.
In situations like this, I had to train myself. I had to learn to trust my gut. I think our gut, that intuition, that little feeling we have, that is our sixth sense. We've lost it in the world as things got more safe. But I think, oh, you know what? Fuck it. We gonna go there. Fuck it. Why not? It's not gonna take long.
Tactical nuke incoming!
I'm finna hit y'all with a little quick Unc theory, yo. This is just one of my weird French theories. You know how we got the sense of sight and taste and touch and hearing and all that, our five senses. I believe at one time humans had a sixth sense, and that was more of a mental capacity where we can just kind of sense things. We can go as far as to say it was like a danger sense per se, because we needed it to survive. Back in the day, when the people, the caveman and all that kind of stuff was it was the tall grass out there, and it was just something hiding in the tall grass, and it was dark and there's barely any light. We had that sense of danger. Something didn't feel right. But as the world got more safe, more civilized, more technologically advanced, as time progressed, we slowly stopped using that sense or trusting it, because we still got it, but we let other things block out and circumvent that sense, so we ignore it. So the sixth sense, that gut, that feeling of something just not right, is still there, but we don't trust it for what it is. But a long time ago in mankind, they didn't know any better, so they trusted it, which really isn't a bad thing. That little gut feeling. I can't tell you how many times in life I went against my gut feeling and had bad outcomes. And you can think about it yourself. How many times has something went bad? You like, I knew I shouldn't have went there. I knew I shouldn't have fucked with that motherfucker. I knew. Prime example, this weekend when I went to the This Might Be Risky boxing thing, and I told y'all this story the other day. At the event, some nigga tried to press me. It didn't work because she can't press old Unc, because Unc is crazy. He trying to tell me, no, nigga, you a civilian. I said, no, I'm a civilian now, but I was a soldier before I became a civilian. You know what I'm saying? And I don't just talk crazy online. I'm crazy in real life. Anyway, but Hamp invited me to the little after party thing they was having at the club. But my gut told me, don't go to that shit, because a nigga already tried to press me. I had no time for a nigga getting drunk and getting alcohol courage and then giving one of his homies. And next thing you know, I'm getting jumped or stolen on or some shit because I'm out here partying and getting drunk. So I'm not even my full self because I got the liquor in me. It's all a setup. My gut told me not to go, and therefore I didn't go. And I know it was a wise decision, because you gotta follow your fucking gut, yo. And I said all that to say, that came up because I think a lot of people can avoid a lot of situations that'll get them in trouble or in personal harm if they start back trusting that sixth sense, that gut feeling, that feeling that something ain't right, this ain't right, this situation not for me, I shouldn't be there. They should do that with jobs, with relationships, with just general being out and about in the world. Stop ignoring the sixth sense. It is real. It was given to us for survival reasons. We just don't utilize it anymore and don't trust it anymore because technology and other things allowed us to feel more safe all the time. We ain't hiding from the saber-toothed tiger. We don't gotta hunt for food. We ain't out there barefoot, half naked with spears and rocks as the only thing to defend ourselves. We got 911. We got guns. We got all that shit. So we feel like we can handle everything. So we ignore our sixth sense and that gut instinct. And often it leads to things like what we're reviewing right now happening that could have been avoided if you had trusted that instinct. So people, if you ain't learned anything today, trust your gut. Start back trusting your gut. Start back trusting that little tingle in the back of your neck, back of your ear. They're like, yo, I don't like something about this shit. I don't like something about this person. Something about this situation. Something about these circumstances just got me. Trust that shit, yo. Straight up. It might save your life, might help you keep your freedom. Who fucking knows? Trust yourself, people. You feel that feeling for a reason.
Well, what's going on, Annie? And she said, well, the women sounded weird.
Her business-minded boyfriend encouraged her to proceed with the showing, since the commission she would earn was pretty high. On $1 million property, she could be taking home $50,000. Pretty good chunk of change for any 24-year-old. He explained to her that he'd go along with her while she showed the property just to make sure she felt safe. Lindsay did her due diligence and eventually found a suitable property at 1702 De Sousa Place. Then she scheduled a property check with the client for 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, February 2nd, 2008. On that day, Lindsay briefly stopped in at the RE/MAX office, where she confided in a receptionist and a few other realtors about her concerns regarding the upcoming showing. When two of them offered to go along with her, Lindsay told them thanks, but that Jason was going to be there.
Jason's 6'3", 240 pounds, ex-semi-pro hockey player. An intimidating presence, if he wants to be.
After leaving, Lindsay met up with Jason for a late lunch at Sauce. They paid their bill at 4:24 p.m. according to the credit card transaction records. And Jason recalled Lindsay eating quickly and seeming on edge. Worried about how concerned she had become, he then offered to just show the property for her, but she declined. And part of her thought she was just being silly, and if she was going to have legs in the business, she was going to need to get over certain uncomfortable situations. After their meal, they parted ways and left in separate vehicles. Lindsay headed home to change her clothes, and they planned to meet back at the property in an hour. And during that time, Jason headed over to SHC Autographics, an auto repair shop, to pick up a friend, Cohen Oatman. And he was running behind schedule. CCTV footage from the shop captured Jason and Cohen leaving together at exactly 5:30 p.m. The same time, the viewing Lindsay was extremely worried about was set to start. And Jason and Lindsay exchanged.
So he knew she was concerned about it. He knew she was concerned about it was supposed to meet her there at 5:30. And he just leaving where he at 5:30. But I think they finna text communicate. Maybe he gonna tell her just wait till I get there. It sucks that he wasn't on time, but maybe he gonna tell her just wait till I get there. Let's see what happens.
Exchanged several text messages around this time where he apologized that he was going to be late, but at least she knew where he was and that he was headed right over there. Back at the property, which was just about finished being constructed, Joe DeSouza, the owner and builder of 1702 DeSouza Place, locked up and left there at approximately 5 p.m. All the workers had already left earlier, at around 4:30. At 5:29 p.m., Lindsay accessed the real estate lockbox, which indicated her arrival there. DeSouza Place, just so you can picture it, is a small little cul-de-sac with 4 nice houses on the property, and it sits just off of Torquay Drive in a densely settled area just north of the city. And 2 independent witnesses passing by later reported seeing a couple walking into the cul-de-sac at approximately 5:30 p.m. And one witness described the male suspect as the man in the long coat, while both witnesses stated that they saw Lindsay greeting the couple in the driveway. As Jason was leaving SHC, Lindsay called him, and according to him, he told her that he'd be there in 10 to 15 minutes, to which she replied, "Okay, I'll see you in a bit. I have to go, the Mexicans are here." And the Mexicans is the name Lindsay had used for this particular client based on the accent. So at approximately 5:45 p.m.,
That's kind of almost racist. A person got an accent. She couldn't identify the accent. So she just gonna call them the Mexicans. Damn. But oh, the Mexicans. I wonder how they sound. Do they sound like this?
Oh, just give me my money. Just give me my money. Okay. Give me my money. Okay. Give me my money.
Shout out to Fighter Complex. No. I bet Fighter in real life, man. He's real chill. He ain't as intense. He ain't as extra. He a real humble dude. You know what I'm saying? He know his boxing stuff. Yeah, he's real cool, man. I would have kicked it with him, but he said he was going to New Orleans right after the fight and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Jason pulled up to the DeSouza cul-de-sac and parked on the street. As he pulled in there, he noticed that the front door of the house was open and a couple was standing outside. However, as soon as they saw him in his car, they turned around and went back into the house. And Jason and Cohen stayed in the car for about 10 minutes before Jason decided to turn around, exit the cul-de-sac onto Torquay, and park beside the house. According to him, he wanted to avoid appearing as a nosy, interfering boyfriend. Jason later described the male suspect as being almost 6 feet tall and wearing a classy brown jacket that extended past his waist. After sitting there for another 10 minutes, it was taking a little while, so the young man walked up to the front door at 6:05 p.m., only to find it was locked. And Jason began to knock, and he rang the bell, but as he received no response, his suspicion arose. He peeped through the glass panels. That's when he noticed Lindsay's high-heeled shoes still sitting at the entrance. And so, if she were still inside, then why wasn't she answering? The sudden realization of something being wrong hit him, He called 911, reporting that his girlfriend was inside a home he was unable to get into. And he and Cohen rushed around back to try to find another way in, but the basement door was locked. Returning to the front, they peeked over the fence where they spotted an open...
I don't know, man. It's like, fuck that nosy boyfriend stuff. This kind of not making... Your girl told you she is suspicious about this shit. She told you she was concerned. She was meeting him at 5:30. You running late. You pull up and you're a real estate agent also. Matter of fact, I think your mom owned a company and you worried about being a nosy boyfriend instead of making sure she's safe and secure in a situation that she already told you she wasn't comfortable with. Sounds kind of suspicious to me. I'm just saying.
Patio door. Jason helped Cohen jump over it, and Cohen met him at the front door and opened it, at which point Jason ran upstairs. The next thing he saw inside the master bedroom turned his world completely upside down. Lindsay was lying dead in a pool of blood. She was lying on her back, and he ran up to her and tried to give her CPR. He said he knew that the moment he touched her skin, that she was already gone. After finding his girlfriend's body, he called 911 again. While he was still on the phone with the dispatcher, sirens could be heard approaching, as police had already been dispatched after the first call. When officers arrived, Jason and Cohen were seen waving their arms from the bedroom window upstairs. The police headed straight there to the crime scene. Lindsay was pronounced dead when the paramedics arrived. Now, she had been stabbed a total of 40 times. It was a particularly brutal attack, suggesting a high level of rage or that there was a personal motive behind the crime. Now, she had no defensive wounds, hinting that it was likely she had been stabbed from behind and had no clue of what was going to happen.
Now comes the whole, who the fuck did this 24-year-old real estate agent have that level of beef with? To where a couple, a man and a woman, would set up this thing to delete her at 5-something, to murder her at 5-something on a fucking Saturday. Was she living some kind of secret life? Is there more to it? It's the question. I know at some point, I guess they're going to have to go through her phone records, her emails, and see. But the thing is, this is an unsolved case. But maybe, just maybe, we can get some more information because it's not making any sense so far. The boyfriend behavior is not making sense. Now, if he's legit, I'm pretty sure he feel like shit to this day. Because he probably think when I pulled up, if I had just went in, if I had went in when I first saw him, maybe I could have called him, yada, yada, yada. But it still seems strange that you more concerned about being a nosy boyfriend than making your girl feel safe and secure in a situation where she told you she did. Also, since she asked you to be there, hold up. She asked him to be there. So why the fuck would he be concerned about being a nosy fucking boyfriend?
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow. Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I ain't saying the boyfriend had something to do with this. However, it's looking kind of like weird. I ain't gonna lie. Because why would you be so concerned about being a nosy boyfriend that you go and parking on the other side of the building and all that weird shit when you didn't just pop up. You didn't just pull up. You ain't the pop-up weird boyfriend. You were invited. Matter of fact, she was trying to see why you weren't even there yet because you was running late. You can't be nosy boyfriend when you're invited and expected to be there. That's just not fucking possible. So why would that even cross your mind to think that?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
And also, none of Lindsay's things had been stolen, nor had she been assaulted. The police took Jason and Cohen down to the station in separate cars for questioning. Both of them told the same story and were cooperative. Lindsay last used her phone at 5:41 p.m. and it was a call to a somewhat random number in her contacts, meaning she wasn't currently in a conversation with them in any way. Her phone was found inside her pocket, so police deduced that likely this was a pocket dial made during the attack. Based on this discovery, the Saanich police estimated that she was murdered between 5:38 and 5:42 p.m. And Jason and Cohen's alibis were corroborated with this information, surveillance cameras, and other cell tower records, so they were released without charges. The authorities wanted to find out, obviously, who this mysterious couple was. They found out that the cell phone used by the Mexican duo had been purchased in late November 2007 at a convenience store on Davie Street in downtown Victoria. It was then activated 2 months later in late January of 2008, in the same area just before the calls came into Lindsay. Those calls she did receive were made from Victoria's West End neighborhood.
So they bought the phone in 2007, activated in 2008 to call her. This sounds premeditated as fuck. Premeditated as fuck. I don't know if they was just trying to get her or somebody, but it like this, it seemed very personal. Were you gonna call a real estate agent, set up with a particular person? I don't think you were just trying to get a random victim. It has just a personal feel to it.
And after Lindsay's death, well, the phone was never used again.
This was a targeted attack for the sole purpose of killing Lindsay Buziak.
But who would want to kill her?
That's the question. Who would?
Because of this simple and traceable fact, investigators believe that the killers executed the murder with planning and had taken significant measures to avoid being caught. And no DNA or forensic.
Like I said, premeditated as fuck, specifically to get her. Yo, Detective B Streaming. Put some respect on my name.
Boom. Bam. Bop. Bada bop. Boom. Pow.
And also,
please hit my Cash App at UncB Streaming or the Ko-fi link pinned to the top of the chat.
Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break.
Evidence was ever found at the crime scene. The Saanich Police Department worked on the theory that killers were hired with instructions to carry out the murder in a way that showed deep personal anger towards Lindsay. The consensus among the experts was that somebody close to Lindsay planned the murder and hired the killers to carry it out. But now comes the question, well, who would do this to a 24-year-old real estate agent?
I know who did it. I know who did it. I know who got the motive, and I know who got the money. It was old boy mom. You gotta remember, the mom got the money to pay somebody to do something like that because his mom owned a big real estate company they worked for. Her son was a little bit older. He done met this little cutesy 24-year-old young chick and got her a job at the company. And the protective mother see her as a harlot, just trying to get in on the family money and into the family business. And, you know, sometimes a lot of moms get weird and overprotective for their son, almost like, you know, they in a relationship themselves with their damn son. You know, and it gets weird. Not saying they want to screw him, but it's just this weird kind of keep these bitches away from my boy stuff. So she has the means and the motive per se, and can afford to hire and set up that kind of situation. Because remember, some questions was at the beginning. Why would they specifically call her? How did they get her number? And she was only a junior agent. To answer that question, why would they specifically call her? Because the moms told them to. How did they get her number? Because the moms gave it to them. Listen. Fuck around and find out.
Who had never been involved in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever. Well, many people suspected Jason himself was involved, as it was discovered that Lindsay had been considering ending things with him right before she was killed. Now, her father said that she told him a few weeks back that being in a relationship with Jason was a mistake. This was why police questioned Jason for hours, and 3 investigators who had no link to the case were also brought in to serve as a panel. All of them concluded that whoever killed Lindsay worked in real estate to some degree. This whole thing was planned from the jump in a way that couldn't be traced, following the steps that they knew a real estate agent would take when showing a house. Over the years, this debate of who is Lindsay's murderer has shifted towards Jason's mother as well. And there was...
I swear, this is my first time watching this. I'm watching this live with you all for the first time. It's just that Detective Ump is the real motherfucking deal. Oh my God. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Let's see what they got to say about it. But I called it. I fucking called it. What's good, CJ? Good fight, brother, man. Good fucking fight. Good fight. Like I was telling people, like fighting style would have caused a lot of people problems if they didn't know what they was doing. His bully fighting style, his rushing in, his closing the distance, it fucked up your ability to use your reach. But since you're a trained fighter, you're still able to adjust and do some sharp uppercuts and stuff, and to where his constant rushing didn't cause the problem. But a lot of people would have had a problem with that. That's one reason why you can't put a trained fighter in with an amateur fighter, because if anybody else was fighting fighter, it would have went terribly bad. Because the ring's so small, you can't utilize your reach because it's next to impossible to get distance from him where you can use it. He already just walking towards you like a little pit bull bully style, and then you ain't even got nowhere to fall back to. So you gotta use long arms to do short punches. And when you use the long arms to do short punches, you can't even maximize your fucking power, which sucks. Hell, what the hell wrong with the floor? That she was unstable? I ain't getting in the ring. Was it like, yeah, what's wrong with it? Is it? Oh, yeah, the size was definitely to his advantage. The size was to anybody's advantage that's a bully. That's a bully style where they rush. Because if you're a fighter that like to maneuver, use your legs, dance around, wear a motherfucker out, pull back when you want to, that's not the ring for that. That ring is for people who claim to rumble in the motherfucking jungle. But let's get back to this mom, because like I said, I think she did. I suggested that she had something to do with it. I came to the conclusion. It seems like they came to the conclusion. Let's see.
Lindsay's murderer has shifted towards Jason's mother as well. And there were speculations that Shirley and Jason were involved in some shady dealings at their firm that went beyond simple real estate. We're talking drug trafficking, money laundering, mortgage fraud, and embezzlement. And so, when Lindsay decided to break up with Jason, Shirley felt threatened that Lindsay knew too much about them and decided to have her killed. On the evening before the murder, Shirley visited the couple's condo, and she told the police that at the time, Jason was not at home, so it was just her and Lindsay. And she added that while she was there, Lindsay was on a call with the client and was discussing the property showing scheduled for the next day. The police files show that during this call, Lindsay provided the client with the address, 1702 De Sousa Place. And it's very possible that this address was given to her by Shirley herself, though there's no way to know for sure. Interestingly, later on in 2008, Lindsay's good friend Nikki said that in the middle of the night, she got a call from a woman speaking in a very weird accent. She was half asleep and doesn't remember the specifics of what was said on the brief call, but she does remember getting scared when she realized Lindsay had got a call just like this right before her murder.
The moms, y'all. The moms did it. The moms fucking set that up. She's guilty as fuck. As fuck. I guess they just couldn't find a way to connect it. But yeah, she got the means, the motives, everything. Listen, straight up. We done solved this shit, people. We done solved this shit. How this murder is unsolved, I don't fucking know. The police in Canada fucking suck.
Tried calling that number back 20 to 30 times over the next couple days until finally somebody picked up. And guess who it was? Shirley. And Nikki asked why she had called her, to which she explained that she was calling her secretary Nikki and accidentally dialed her. And she had no idea why Nikki's phone number was in her phone in the first place and assumed Jason must have put it there at some point. So, strange if this is true, but Shirley herself denies that this incident ever even happened, and no officials that we know of ever even looked into it. The Zylo family was investigated simply due to their connections to the cul-de-sac where the crime occurred. At that time, as mentioned, the cul-de-sac was still under construction, and Joe De Sousa, who was Shirley's good friend and the builder, was there in the vicinity at the time the crime took place. However, authorities have made it clear that no member of the Zylo family is considered a suspect. And furthermore, over the past several years, police have called Jason in for questioning several times. According to them, he's always cooperated.
Based on forensic evidence, timeline of communications, witness testimony, video surveillance, we know he's not the killer. And was he perhaps somehow involved in the planning? Well, he successfully passed a polygraph, and he successfully took part in all these interviews with us. So at this point in time, he's not considered a suspect.
Another theory was that Lindsay, even though she wasn't directly involved with drug trafficking or other crimes, actually knew people who were. In December of 2007, she visited Calgary for 4 days to see her father as well as a few old friends. During this trip, she met up with a man named Erickson Delacazar. On January 22nd of 2008, authorities apprehended her.
Now they trying to sell girls in the dope game. I think the mama did it, yo. The mama did it. I'm trying to tell you.
Erickson, in connection with a huge drug operation that led to the seizure of approximately 25 kilos of coke and $217,000 in cash. The bust came as part of an undercover investigation named Operation High Noon that had police looking into the dealings of drugs between Calgary and British Columbia. After returning home from her trip, Lindsay just so happened to try and contact a relative of someone who was involved in the Calgary drug bust. Police found out that she had first gone to their Facebook page and then tried to contact that person by phone. On February 1st of 2008, Erickson was denied bail, and that was just a day before the murder. Police have stated publicly that Lindsay was neither involved in drugs nor had been any sort of informant who triggered the bust, but maybe the dealers thought she had. There's also speculation that Lindsay's murder was motivated by personal jealousy or a vendetta of some sort. Maybe there was someone envious of Lindsay's success, beauty, or whatever, and planned her murder out of spite and revenge.
Yeah, the mama. The goddamn mama. Times I gotta tell y'all this shit. She did that shit. Straight up.
5 letters.
1 word.
Bitch!
We know who did that shit.
But no substantial evidence has been publicly presented to support this hypothesis. It's really just another in a long line of what ifs. Which brings us to where we are today. And close to 20 years later, in this weird scenario that doesn't fit the mold of any other crime sits unresolved. As to who killed Lindsay and how they got away with it in broad daylight still remains unsolved. That's a tragedy in and of itself. This girl's death shook her family to the core. Her father, Jeff, has stated that he will never quit or sit down until he finds out who killed her.
That's my duty as a father. Do you know, Anna, that 100% of the parents I ask, male or female, the direct question, what would you do if somebody killed one of your children? Anna, I get 2 answers, 100% from those people. They either say one of 2 things, and excuse my language. I'd kill them, or I'd kill them. I'm capable of that, Anna. All humans are. But I believe the people who made the decision to kill her are cowards. Cowards need to be caught.
Each year, he organizes her annual walk that takes place every February. A small group of people gather behind Saanich City Hall to demand justice and remind people of the case and keep it at the forefront. But it does seem to have fallen to the wayside a bit. Is there corruption involved? I mean, who knows? You need some outside agency to come in and investigate that. The Saanich Police Department themselves say that the case remains open and active. In this very moment, with detectives working full-time to solve it. However, the last thing they ever gave the public in terms of new info was back in 2021, when they announced that advancements in DNA technology had opened some new leads. Leads which 4 years later have led to nothing concrete as far as we can tell. Because of this, Lindsay's story is most definitely one of Canada's most haunting unsolved mysteries. And since no one seems to have the answer, I'm curious what you think. Was this a carefully planned hit orchestrated by someone she knew? And could it have been a professional killing made to look personal? Or was Lindsay simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, lured into a trap by strangers with evil intentions?
Yes. I think it was a planned hit. The conclusion that I come to is that the mother set it up. It's a chance that the son was in on it because his statements and behaviors involving the situation was suspicious in itself. So, like I said, why would he want? I mean, look at the timeline. She is meeting these people. She was uncomfortable with it. She is suspicious about the situation. She's worried and concerned. She asks her boyfriend to come up there with her. He's going to meet her there at 5:30. That's an important thing. Your woman is going to fucking show up some people at her house. She's kind of concerned and nervous about the situation. And you going to show up late? Like, seriously? You're going to show up late when she told you she was kind of fearful and had concerns. And then when you pull up, you don't go inside to see what's up because you don't want to be seen as the nosy boyfriend. How is that possible? How are you going to be seen as the nosy boyfriend if she asks you to come? None of that shit makes sense. That nigga did. Listen, him and the mom, yo. Set that shit up. Set that shit up, yo. And looks like they got away with it. Man, listen. I don't know what I'd do in this kind of situation. My empathy and my sympathy goes out to the father who lost his daughter at the young age of 24 and no justice was given. I just don't know what I'll do. Up next, unsolved true crime. We have something called, this name is wild, people, the ghastly Cleveland torso murders.
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved.
I'm guessing this joker was killing people and leaving nothing but torsos. I don't fucking know. And if for some strange reason you don't know what the torso is, it's pretty much, from the belly button to your, it's this part of your body. Yeah, here, from the torso, the middle part. Let's get to it, man. The ghastly Cleveland torso murders. Very specific. Let's see what this is about, man. I have no idea. But maybe, just maybe, just like in the last case, we can come to some kind of conclusion, understanding of what really went down in this so-called unsolved mystery.
While we investigate the Cleveland torso murderer, one of the most gruesome serial killers of all time.
That's a hell of an accomplishment.
He's not the most definitively, but I will say he's one of the most. He's in the upper echelon for sure. It's not a shiny badge of honor on his resume.
You sound like you're impressed.
I'm not impressed. The things he did were pretty, for lack of a better term, gross.
Wonderful?
Gross.
Okay, whatever you say.
Between 1934 and 1938 in Cleveland, Ohio, near Kingsbury Run, 13 people comprised of 6 women and 7 men were killed by a serial killer. Of those 13, only 3 were identified, and almost all of them were vagrants or sex workers. All of the victims were decapitated, and in some cases, the head was never found.
He just killed anybody. You also will see he killed all ages as well. Like, this guy just didn't give a shit.
He's just death.
The killer often dismembered the body through the torso, and in no instance was a body found fully intact. These gruesome tendencies would earn the killer the name, the Cleveland Torso Killer.
You gotta be a crazy and dedicated motherfucker, I think, to just chop motherfuckers up, saw motherfuckers in half, and all that weird shit. It takes a level of commitment that by far astounds me. You know what? This was a long time ago, but we all know these kind of people are still amongst us. Sometimes they do it with their guns. When we think of serial killers, we always think of, you know, the crazy wild cases where people chopping people up and bury them in their house, or carving up the bodies, or doing strange things like eating motherfuckers. Like, serial killers don't have to be all that strange, extra, eccentric ass shit. And the DC Sniper proved that. It was a weird case. He was crazy, but he was just shooting people. He wasn't doing some kind of extra old designer style special shit with the body. I'm a torso killer, blah, blah, blah. We got serial killers walking around the hoods. Somebody out there who got 3 to 5 bodies on them for stupid ass reasons, if any reasons at all. Let's see if we can find the official definition of serial killer. It has changed over the years, just like mass shooter has changed. So as I play this video, I'm gonna see if I can find the definition of a serial killer, so we can see if some of these new cats these days actually are just that, or are they just killers, you know?
Or the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run. Here's a little background on Kingsbury Run. In the 1930s, Cleveland's Kingsbury Run was a bleak, dangerous place where many poor lived in terrible conditions, sometimes called a, quote, hobo jungle, end quote. Just east of Kingsbury Run was a...
Yo, I ain't never heard that term. Hobo jungle.
No.
I heard of Skid Row. I heard of tent city, because they be all under the bridge living in tents. I just never heard Hobo Jungle.
What the hell?
I heard of a concrete jungle, the projects or whatever. But damn, this was up.
Sketchy area called the Roaring Third, known for its bars, gambling dens, and brothels.
I'm into that. I like that place.
The Roaring Third?
Yeah.
Is that a place you would frequent back in the day?
I'd be there.
You'd be dead.
It's got...
He'd see you, he'd see those long limbs, and he'd say, oh man, I got some big ornaments to make here.
Bars, gambling dens, and brothels.
Yeah.
Now, currently, nowadays, I've said this before, but we have a lot of entertainment at our disposal. I've got YouTube, I've got my PlayStation, and pretty much that's it. But back then, not a lot to amuse yourself with. So I would for sure, every night of the week, be down at a bar, a gambling den, or a brothel.
So this is part of the recurring theme that you've had throughout the show, where if there weren't modern devices, I'd be
a monster.
An insane psychopath.
Yes.
With the stage set, let's jump into the timeline of the killings. On September 5th, 1934, the first victim, an unidentified woman in her 30s, was found on the shores of Lake Erie. All that was found was part of her torso, thighs, and other body parts, but no head. Her skin was leathery and red from a chemical preservative. On September 23rd, 1935, the second victim, a 28-year-old man named Edward Andrassi, was found near Kingsbury Run at the base of Jackass Hill.
That's actually what that's named. I know that was going to elicit some kind of giggle.
Sucks.
Oh, this nigga, this boy, Jack the Ripper, level crazy. With the shit he out here doing. Fuck. All that dismembering shit. Yeah, that shit wild, yo. So I found a definition of serial killer. This the federal statute on what it is. Under 28 USC 504B, serial killings means a series of 3 or more killings, at least one of which was committed within the United States, that share common characteristics, suggesting the crimes, I didn't have enough space, were committed by the same person or person. So 3 or more killings, this is just for the federal, 3 or more killings where it suggested that the crimes were committed by the same person or persons. And we definitely have that happening in the hood. You know, you got cats out there that has definitely killed 3 or more. Like the coming, based on the definition, it has been said that King Von was technically, for all intents and purposes, a serial killer.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
I'm just saying.
So just get it.
Sucks.
Just get it out of the way.
Sucks to die like that.
At the base of Jackass Hill.
Yeah, where'd they find him? Oh, a base of Jackass Hill. That's not fun.
I'm sure they omitted that out of the eulogy.
Why even call, I guess maybe there were burros there at some point, or a donkey.
Andrassi was a hospital orderly and a regular around the Roaring Third. The body was drained of blood, naked, and emasculated, with rope burns on the wrists. On that same day, the third victim was found nearby, an unidentified 40-year-old male, and was also decapitated and emasculated. The body also had the same chemical preservative from the first killing. On January 26, 1936, the fourth victim, a woman named Florence Polillo, was found wrapped up in newspaper inside half-bushel baskets by the Hart Manufacturing Building. Polillo was a sex worker, barmaid, and waitress who lived in the Roaring Third.
He's getting bolder with the places he's dumping bodies. The first one was the lake. The second one was at on the side of a hill. The third one was nearby to the hill. And now this one in front of an actual workplace.
Yeah.
In, a metropolitan area.
On June 5th, 1936, the head of the fifth victim, an unidentified man, was found wrapped in trousers in Kingsbury Run. The rest of the body was found the next day in an even more audacious location in front of the Nickel Plate Railroad Police Building.
So once again, he's escalating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I don't like how these guys do videos. I don't like their style. I found the other channel to be a little more interesting. And so we're gonna go back over there. Plus, honestly, I don't want to watch nothing from 1938. I prefer it to be a little more current and relatable. But before we get to that, we're going to see if we can do a thing. You know what I'm saying? Just a little. I don't have long for this show. I got to take my mom something. She been calling me all morning. I woke up to like 6 missed calls. So I really kind of damn near need to end the show. Matter of fact, I think we covered something. We did our talk. I might go back live tonight and do some other shit, but unfortunately, adult life is kicking in. So I'm just going to get on up out of here. Deuces, it's been fun. Hope y'all been entertained. I'm trying to give as much diverse content as possible. This has been your boy, Detective Unbeat Streaming. Unfortunately, life's calling, and I got to get on up out of here, people. If I can, shit. There we go.
Type shit.
Stop playing with me, Drake.
DJ K. Come on, I'm doing all shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with shit. Type shit. Activities. I'm doing all shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with shit. Type shit. Activities. Posted up on the island with a bitch. They call me cause I ain't on that dumb shit. Yeah, I'm rich, but act broke with a bitch. Duval day, I really do it for the kids. Getting checks, never gotta work a job. No Viagra, dick still get hard. I can make your auntie swipe a credit card. OG in the game, realest that you ever. Aunties get down on the floor. Show these poor ass hoes how it go. Back it up like Freak Week 94. Is she under 24? It's a no. Come on, I'm doing all shit. Fuck all that young shit.